looking at the video footage of my first trimester and literally I look the same like week to week. What is up, my Olympias? It's Vanessa and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'm really excited, and by the way, as you can see, I found my ring light, thank God. If you haven't watched or if you don't know, I'm pregnant. So I am 19 weeks today. So one more week till I'm 5 months, which is like halfway, which is insane. Like, look at that bump. Crazy, it's growing, yay! So this video is a pregnancy related one. I haven't really seen many videos about this and I just wanted to share. So this video is all about first trimester symptoms. The good, the bad, the ugly, okay? So I'm gonna be completely honest about all the symptoms I personally had. Obviously, everyone has their own different symptoms. You might not get some of the symptoms I have experienced. I haven't gotten some symptoms others have experienced, but I feel like I experienced a lot of them. So hopefully this will give some insight to anyone that has some weird symptoms and is like not sure if it's normal or not, put some ease, and I will let you know some remedies that helped me throughout my first trimester, because as now I am in the second, so I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a like and don't forget to click that subscribe button down below as I post every single Friday. And with that, let's get into the video. I had to write notes because I'm like, I don't want to forget any of the symptoms that I experienced. So the very first one, which is a very common one, is morning sickness. And unfortunately, I'm one of the people that have experienced morning sickness. Apparently, a lot of people experience morning sickness. I guess like I was more of an average time. So I found out I was pregnant like just after a month, and week 5, all of a sudden I was just like vomiting every day. Like literally, morning sickness, how it feels is if you drink alcohol, it's like you drank too much the night before and you have a hangover the next day. Not like a headache hangover, but you need to throw up. Like it feels like something's not sitting in your stomach. That's how I felt. That was my morning sickness every day up until week 13, 14. Literally, it was every day. Every day for about an hour or so. Even what I tried to do, I tried to eat the crackers. Didn't work for me. I tried to eat the things that were like not really have a taste to it. Didn't work. Couldn't have any dairy. Like could not have cereal with milk. Threw that up. Like that I could not keep that down. The one thing that did work though is if I did eat, I just had to eat really slow. So when I woke up, as soon as I woke up, drank some water. So I kept water by my bedside, so I would drink some water. I get up slowly. That's a thing to do. Don't like, you know, get up like normal. Get up slow. That's the key. And yeah, eat things that are more like carby. So toast helped. Crackers, for some reason, they didn't help me too much. I don't know, maybe because of the mushiness. Like toast helped me. Just eating cereal by itself helped. I also ate like a banana. That helped me as well. Like just filling up the stomach with something, because honestly, it's the worst when you have morning sickness and there's nothing in your stomach and you're literally dry heaving. People know about dry heaving in general, so it's like the worst feeling. And you're throwing up your stomach acid, which isn't fun. So just try to eat something. That way you'll feel so much better. Even if you do end up throwing up after eating, your brain kind of tells you, okay, I got rid of what I need to get rid of and it will go away. So that's the key. So wake up, drink some water, get up slowly and eat something. But try not to eat something that will upset your stomach like dairy or whatever, just something light. Your doctor can prescribe to you diclexin, which is like an anti-nausea medication. I tried not to take it because honestly, I'm like, you know what? I'll survive. Morning sickness can be throughout the whole day. Luckily for me, it was just the morning. Like literally when I woke up, for about the first couple hours, I would feel sick. And after that, I'd be fine. Up until week 13, it was good. 13, it started to die off and not happen every day. And then like week 14, it was like completely, it's gone. So that was like the worst symptom for me for sure. The second thing I dealt with, my appetite. So normally I have an appetite. I am not a dainty eater. I can eat lots of food, But because of my morning sickness, that did not help me in the first trimester. Even at lunchtime, I used to get these bento boxes at lunch and I finished the whole thing. I ate the bento box, but I threw it up after because it was way too much. So my appetite decreased, where it was like half of what I would normally eat. So if you have morning sickness, just mind you, your appetite is gonna decrease. So therefore you won't probably gain any weight or anything. So don't be alarmed about that, that's completely normal. It's more second trimester and up that you have to gain a pound a week or whatever it is. So don't worry about like, oh my God, I'm not feeding the baby. It's like, yeah, don't worry. Your body's getting used to these hormones, whatever you can eat. Okay, the next one is sore boobs. It is a very common one, obviously, because now the hormones, everything, your body's starting to change a little bit. A lot of my friends ask me, they're like, is it like, you know, when you get your period, your boobs are sore? I'm like, no. When you're pregnant, they literally feel like there's rocks in your boobs. Heavy rocks in your boobs. So even when I was going to bed to turn to go to bed, I literally had to like hold my boobs because it was just painful. Even sometimes when I was going in the shower, like certain parts of my boobs would be very sensitive. So if I would shower, I would have to turn my back to the shower head because like it would be super sensitive. So just keep in mind of that. So when you're changing and stuff, you might have to just change slower than normal. You can't go at your regular speed. So just keep that in mind. And I thought it'd be more gradual, but it kind of like hit me. It's not as bad now that I'm in the second, but yeah, the first is I think when they really start to like get bigger. There are some women that say they get it throughout the whole pregnancy, but compared to the first trimester, the first trimester was really, really painful, just letting you know, just warning you. Along with these hormones, you're also gonna realize if you don't break out normally, you're gonna break out. You're gonna get some pimples, and it's just like some random acne, and it's just gonna drive you nuts. So don't be alarmed about that. Also, with your skincare, you can't use anything that has retinol in it. And a lot of acne prevention things like patches, the acne gels or whatever to put on like your pimples, you cannot use because it has retinol. So don't be alarmed, it will go away. I had a couple when I first got pregnant and they went away, thank God. But it was just like, what's happening? I haven't broken out like this since like I was a teenager. So the next thing, so as you can see, I have a belly now because I'm growing, but it was funny because I've been taking pictures and video clips of like my belly growing from when I first found out I was pregnant, and I'm planning to do it up until birth. But I was like looking at the video footage of my first trimester and literally I look the same like week to week, and I think it's because I was bloating. I bloated really, really badly. Bloating is a regular, normal thing when you're pregnant. You're gonna, like after you eat, especially when you have the pregnancy belly, I find throughout the day it gets bigger, and it's because of the food that you're eating. It just makes you more bloated. And if you notice, like say week 8 or something, you're like, oh, I'm pretty big, and then week 9 you're like, wait, I look smaller, like what's going on? It's because of the bloating. That happened with me, so don't be alarmed. It's a normal thing. The next one I'm going to talk about is being exhausted. I have never felt so tired. In the first trimester, even when I went to work, I was exhausted just traveling from the office to come back home. I would be zonked tired. I'm just warning you, if you do one task, like say you're standing doing the dishes, you're gonna be tired after. You're gonna feel like you ran like 3 blocks, you're gonna be tired, and you'll wanna sit and nap. And you know what? It's completely okay to do that. It's all those hormones, they're working your body, okay? Your body's getting used to that, and you're gonna get tired, and it's completely fine. So after you do a task, don't overexert yourself. Take a nap, relax if you need to. Just make sure to stay hydrated, drink water, and you should be fine. This one is kind of a weird symptom. Well, it's kind of normal. It's a normal one. It's just kind of weird to talk about, but whatever. We're going to talk about it today. I've never had an issue in terms of my bowel movements. Okay, I am a regular girly. Ever since I got pregnant, it's been fine. Until one day, this is my theory, okay? One day, I didn't want to make breakfast. I was tired. asked Mitch, I was like, do you want me to grab McDonald's for breakfast? He's like, sure. And at this time in the first trimester, you're going to be very paranoid, by the way, of what you eat in the first trimester. So I was like avoiding bacon. I was avoiding cheese unless it was pasteurized. Anyways, so I went to McDonald's. Usually I would get like a bacon sandwich thing, but because I was being very careful, I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't get any of that. There was the McDonald's hotcakes. I'm like, oh, I haven't had McDonald's hotcakes for a while. Got one of those, ate it. The next day, I could not go to the bathroom. My body was telling me to go to the bathroom and do a number 2. And it was like pushing, but there was nothing coming out, okay? And it was hurting, that I was like holding the wall, okay? Like this. I'm like, oh my God, because it was hurting to do it. And I was sweating. Like I felt like I was sweating and getting hot. Like I didn't know what to do. So the key that made it work for me was I ate fiber cereal. So fiber 1, it looks like freaking mealworms. The cereal was disgusting. There was no flavor to it. Anyways, Mitch got that for me. And then the second thing I took was Metamucil, the orange powder. Works like a charm. If you push, you can, number 1, tear your butthole. Straight up, you can tear your butthole. Number 2, you can get hemorrhoids. And hemorrhoids is when your butthole goes inside out, okay? And I don't even know how you fix that. I know there are creams for that. Some people do surgery, depending how bad it is. Like, I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. Thank you. Like, because it makes it uncomfortable to sit, right? Do not have McDonald's hotcakes. That's my tip. But if you do, drink some Metamucil. That way it will soften everything. And the last symptom that I had, and I want to put it last because it is an important one, but it's also a scary symptom to have, and that is spotting. In your first trimester, obviously, everyone gets really paranoid, especially the first 3 months. That's why people don't talk about being pregnant until they reach the 3-month mark, because that's the most likely time frame that a woman would miscarry. Honestly, throughout the 3 months, I was so paranoid. Every time I went to the bathroom, when I would wipe or whatever, I would make sure there's no pink, no red, nothing. If I saw pink, honestly, I took a photo. I'm not even kidding. I would take a photo and I'd monitor it, because the doctor basically told me if it lasts more than 3 days, call me and come see me. So I think it was within the first 2 months, there was one time where it lasted 3 days. It didn't get any darker. It was like a light pink, nothing crazy. It wasn't like a menstrual period red or anything. It was just a light pink. And it didn't go away. Eventually it did. After like 4 days it went away, but it's completely normal. And I found out in my ultrasound I had a subchronic hemorrhage, which is like a little cut in your uterus or whatever it is. It's completely normal. A lot of women have them, but luckily mine was really small. So I have nothing to worry about. But if you have one, you might have to be put on bed rest or whatever. So if you have spotting, just make sure to tell your doctor about it. Like, that's the most important thing. Like, monitor it. You monitor if you get any cramping, because I didn't have any cramping. Honestly, I was more paranoid than anything. So after I had like pink spotting, I would literally feel nauseous and throw up. Like, that was me. So it happened a couple times throughout the first trimester that I had like the pink spotting, but it would go away after like a day or 2. There was just the one time that was really long. So yeah, just make sure to monitor it. Take pictures of if you want and show your doctor. I did that. I was not afraid to show her. Like, be like, what is this color? What does this mean? And she was just like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry. Like, doctors have seen everything. Don't be afraid to show them that. And that concludes my first trimester symptoms. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was honestly me being very honest about my symptoms. I hope maybe put some ease to everyone, because like I'm almost 5 months now. Everything's fine. Baby's doing good. Comment down below if you've experienced any of these symptoms when you were pregnant, or if you are pregnant. If you like this video, once again, make sure to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm as well. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button down below, as I post every single Friday. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye.